And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and LandLord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, that's Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and LandLord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. They don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of your
I gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this off before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live. Matter of fact, let me check my volume real quick. It always usually jumps down. It's actually straight right now. It's on about 21. I'm gonna put this motherfucker on 29.
I need a little feedback, but we good.
Yeah, we Gucci, man. Listen.
Play the music or something right there.
You wanna play some you wanna play some music now. Now you wanna listen to music.
I hear a little something in the background, but
man,
okay.
Those are your evil thoughts in your head floating
could
around.
Be.
Those
after
thoughts,
the way you treat me off of the camera, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm a cowboy brother or opposite. We'll figure it out.
See, you faded out. You were talking about me. Say something.
I'm good.
You good? Okay. All right. Maybe those evil thoughts were trying to stick into my head. See, this is listen, like your entire presence is corruption. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
like, it was Sunday, man. You know, I had gospel music playing while I was cleaning the house, and then LandLord called. Like, damn. You know,
it was just turned off, huh?
Boy, Gucci Man started playing. It went from Kurt Franklin to Gucci Man. In my trap house.
It's just a bad influence, man. I know I don't do that type of stuff.
Yes, you do. But you know, it's your boy Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing? And if you see who's at the bottom of the screen, the devil is beneath us this morning.
Yo,
we have
you just went straight to the devil, bro.
The most vile, despicable, monstrous human being that I know. LandLord from Alabama. He emerged from the crack smoke, live in the trap. That's my boy, man. What's up with you? How you living?
You shouldn't speak these lies on a Sunday, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so crazy about it. And we know how nefarious you are. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot about yourself, sir. But I'm doing
your
great.
Name D Nefarious One.
It's a running joke. It doesn't mean what the word means. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But shout out to everybody in the building, though, man. I see my guy Justin Kitchen in the building, helping us manifest that 6th championship. I see Mr. Dika in the building, the team mom. What's up with you? Brian Bradford in the building. What's up with you? Tony Simmons in the building. Said morning, young. What's up with you? Chris Johnson said Eastside be the first one in on all the Cowboys content. Listen, man, Eastside has a picture of Dak Prescott tattooed on his stomach.
Yeah, you know, and then he got Cowboys on the you know what that part is? The tramp stamp. He got a Cowboys tramp stamp. So yeah, that wild.
Meek Phillips in the building, King G, Tony Simmons, Big Dow, John Jones in the building, man. What's up with y'all good people? Eastside Herald, who we just spoke on. What's up with your Sin City Cowboy, T-Smooth TV. Salute to all y'all good people, man. Devin the Dude, man. Hey, matter of fact, do y'all listen to Devin the Dude? Because Devin the Dude is my guy, man.
Back when I used to indulge in marijuana, I did, but
hey,
that was like 800 moons ago. But yeah, I used to listen to it back in the day.
I still listen. Like I don't participate in Urban Remedies either, but I still listen to Currency and New Jet Lightnings.
Yeah, some music to me is like you gotta be high, and it sounds better. I don't know. What's happening, Mr. Angry Cowboy fan?
Salute to the Angry Cowboys fan, man. He said, "What's good, fam? Hope y'all having a great weekend." We're having a good weekend so far, man. I can't really complain, brother. I can't really complain at all so far.
Speaking of a good weekend, I think the Dallas Cowboys having a good weekend as well. Cause look, they just cleared how much money here? Take them over.
Oh, let's go. Matter of fact, let me pull this up.
M's, baby.
Michael Gallup contract. Because that's exactly who we got some money from. So y'all remember cutting Michael Gallup, you got some money back June the 1st.
June 1st,
that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
Hey.
All right, so let's go and look at the cap savings from his contract. So over the cap. Let me see if I can find how much it was. If I'm not mistaken, it was like $8.6 million, some shit like that.
I think it was 9.5. I think it was 9.5. It's 8.5. What Micah Gallup will go against the cap in 2025, if my memory serves me correct.
Either way, you got a bag for cutting Michael Gallup. You didn't happen. Hey, you know the word. It's Sunday. They say the Lord don't come when you want him, but he right on time. So you getting those extra M's right on time. What, 9.5? Okay, so yeah, something like that. So close to $10 million you're going to be saving with the Michael Gallup windfall, so to speak.
Thanks.
Yo, Numbhead Neil, what's up with you? My boy slapped up 67 Eagles fans on a Sunday, so he been laying hands and praying for the Eagles all at the same time, man. So salute to my boy Numbhead Neil.
Shout out to Mr. Numbhead Neil.
I feel like slapping the nigga today. Slap.
You know what I'm saying? That boy, that hand is lethal.
Yeah.
I thought it was 9.5, 9.2. It's 9.5. And like I said, it really gonna take the money back in 2025. But who cares about 2025 when the salary cap gonna go up? You gonna clear more money from dropping other players. Like, it'll work out. But right now, it helps you. It does. And you know what they could have done with that money here?
Mm-hmm. They could have listened. They could have signed Tyron Smith. Mm-hmm. Like the guy they swear up and down they couldn't afford to pay the veteran. They could have went out there and got you a defensive tackle like DJ Reader. Like y'all saw about stopping the run. We had one of the best run stoppers available, and we didn't even think about calling him. You could have signed Derrick Henry. Remember y'all up here penny pinching when future Hall of Fame running back said he wanted to play for y'all. Y'all didn't even pick up the phone and call him.
What was Derrick Henry contract over there with Baltimore? He signed a 1-year deal.
Let me check.
Cause I know Derrick Henry would have came to Dallas for $9 million for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have came for $7.
All right, he signed a 2-year, $16 million deal, so he signed for about $8 million per year.
He would have came for 8 1 year for Dallas for sure. If we would have been proactive before he started searching around, mingling and rubbing shoulders, if we would have went ahead and said, "Hey, Derrick, I know you live in Dallas. Hey, we got your $8 million right here for 1 year." He would have been like, "Sign me up," and we would have been in there. But we didn't do our due diligence. And like we said, just to touch on what you were saying about Tyron Smith, man, that would have been. Do you know how much of a luxury that would be right now? Like, you can say whatever you want to say about Tyron, but Tyron was a great player when he was on this field. And then you got a young guy who's finna change positions. Like, I feel pretty good about Tyler Guyton. But just for insurance, that would have been great. You could have been like, okay, we know Tyron Smith gonna miss some time, so we can start Tyron Smith. If anything happened, Tyler Guyton right there. And he could be mentoring Tyler Guyton the whole way. He could have been mentoring him for a little bit of money, bro. And then next year, Tyler Guyton probably would have just been a monster coming out. So we could have took the slow approach. We could have still drafted Tyler Guyton and still paid Tyron Smith. So a lot of people act like that's an either or type situation. We could have really did both, if you want to be honest. We could have just did both and brought Tyler Guyton along slowly. But you know, the Cowboy way, the impatient way, we could have just, now we finna push him in the fire, in the water, and say, you know, barbecue a mildew, young man. So, you know, I hope it works out. I think he got a chance to be at least a solid player in year one. I like his mindset. I like his work ethic. He'll Texas kid. It's a lot of stuff going in his way to make sure he'll be one of those players who gonna give his all. And you know what I'm saying? First in the gym, last out the gym type of dude. So I still feel like he'll be okay, but it would have been much better. I would have been much more comfortable if you could have had Tyron as a mentor and ease him in slowly, man.
Mm-hmm. It says he would have called them instead of waiting on Dallas to call me.
Exactly.
Hey. But I'll say this though, man. It's a luxury because, you know, the beautiful thing about it's like you said, it was not ever an either or thing. You could have had your cake at 82. You could have had your cake at 82, man. Dallas Cowboys, you had an all-pro left tackle, right? So, and even if he couldn't stay on the field to be healthy, you could have still drafted Tyler Guyton in the first round. So guess what? If he wasn't healthy and he got hurt again, he's an extra coach. He an all-pro. He a cussing professional. Like, one of the reasons that Tyler Smith, we don't be talking about it. One of the reasons that Tyler Smith developed the way that he did because Tyron Smith was there. Yeah. Tyron Smith helped that man in his development. You know what I'm saying? So
he sped that clock up for him.
Yeah. So, you know, when you got young guys, you need as many teachers and mentors and big brothers as humanly possible in the locker room with them, because they gotta understand how to navigate. Because you're famous now, you're a millionaire. You gotta understand how to navigate that. You gotta understand proper preparation and how you carry yourself as a professional, nutrition. You know, just dealing with the juggling your work life, family life balance. Like, it's a bunch of stuff.
Put a blanket statement on it and said being a pro. That's even before you even talk about football.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to be a pro. Well, luckily he from Texas, so he probably wouldn't have too much trouble getting around. You know what I'm saying? Some people, first time ever being in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know where to go. So, you know, he'll have probably navigating the star and, you know what I'm saying, the practice facilities and stuff. But, you know, it is a hurdle to jump just becoming a pro and just learning everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Man, facts. And hey, Mr. Deacon, Granny ain't lied. Granny knew exactly what she was talking about.
Facts.
Angry Cowboys fan said, he was talking to somebody in the chat box. Okay. But yeah, man, I would have loved to have them both because, listen, if Tyron Smith is healthy, you have a guy that just made an all-pro selection on you over there. If he wasn't healthy, you still got him over there coaching up the young guy, and he's a first-round talent, and he's laying the foundation to help him grow. You know, I know he's still going to be with Duke Merriweather. I know he's still going to be with our offensive line coach. I know he'll still be putting in work with the other veterans. But it's always good to have an all-pro, future Hall of Fame, gold jacket caliber player at the same position teaching you how to do that. Because listen, it's not like the boy was gonna, you know, he's not even a natural left tackle really. Like, he was playing right tackle in college.
That makes it even more a great incentive to keep your veteran gold jacket to help the guy along the way. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. Like I said, the Cowboys always want to try to change positions, man. Like, this man was a right tackle, now he finna be a left tackle. Cooper Beebe was what? A guard. Now he finna be a center. So, like, I think they'll work. I feel decent about them, but we gotta understand there's always a risk when you're doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And listen, the risk reward for keeping Tyron Smith, especially, and listen, they knew the moment they cut Michael Gallup, they were finna get some extra money. Like, we knew, and we're not cap experts. We knew.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, they knew they were going to get some extra money. They could have manipulated the salary cap whichever way they wanted to clear up cap space and, you know, got some deals done. But it is what it is. You know,
so I got a question for us right now.
What's that?
As it stands, let me see. I could probably go. Let me see. Hold on. Give me one. I could pretty much reference it. I think over the cap says we had like a total of like 12 million, like 12.7, I believe, in cap space right now. So that's a decent figure for us to be able to try to improve this team. But where are we gonna attack it, trying to improve this team? What you think?
Like,
what would be the most effective areas to approach to try to get this team better?
At this point, I believe you probably need another run defender in the middle of your defense. That's one area. So one tech. I ain't gonna say blanket statement defensive tackle. One tech. I want a run stopper. Possibly linebacker. I like Eric Kendricks. I like Overshown. But the issue with your linebacking core, outside of Eric Kendricks, you don't really have a bunch of experience. Damone Clark, hasn't really played up to par. He ain't played that long. Demorian Overshown hasn't really touched the field yet. So, you don't really have a bunch of experience at linebacker. And Chris, you're also right. I would like another running back as well. Appreciate that, Miss Charles. She said she finna be back in the trap. She just finna hit the like button on my page. That's love right there.
That's MVP level support right there. We appreciate you. But yeah, man, it's really crazy when you think about it. Like, I already made my argument about the linebacker position, and it pissed me off yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because we was talking like, how could two things be true? How could you say, nah, we good on Bobby Wagner, all-pro linebacker who wanted to play on your team for a decent price, but then yet and still the very next year you got a whole new linebacking core. Like, you see what I'm saying? Those two things can't coexist, bro. Like, one of them is BS and one of them is true. Like, you either needed a linebacker or you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like those two things can't be, like, they can't coexist, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to B-Bird with a $1.99 for your mind, man. Appreciate you for the super. Salute. He said serious teams would have re-signed Tyron. I mean, listen, The thing about the Tyron Smith contract, he's not making a lot of base pay. So you protect yourself, Hey, thank you, Miss Sadiqa. I appreciate that. So you protect yourself if he doesn't play. If he don't play, he don't make no money. And that was really the same deal last year when he made the All-Pro selection. Most of his money was tied up in incentives on the amount of games that he played. He stayed healthy. And what's crazy is they said they couldn't risk. They literally said they did not want to risk him hitting his incentives. That sounds crazy. His incentives are tied to him playing. So you basically said you were scared of him playing.
And then you already know how nefarious we move, y'all. It's a dirty game because we got to remember, we love our players, you know what I'm saying? The Jones got a level of respect and love for their players as well. But at the end of the day, this is a business. So you mean to tell me it's certain situations where they like, hey Tyron, he might have had some incentives on his snaps. They probably like, hey Tyron, we need you to come to the bench right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just taking his incentive opportunities away. I'm sure that was a problem that they had in the contract. That's why a lot of players be real hesitant when it comes to signing stuff like that. They like, wait a minute, because you really in control of my fate at that point. If you want to pull me, you can just pull me. And now I don't have an opportunity to make the money that I thought I did. You see what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people don't like that incentive type contracts, man. That's a very, very slippery slope to be on right now.
Shannon Sharp talked about it. He talked about he was going crazy in the game. He only needed like one more catch and a couple yards to hit an incentive, and they just took him out the game. Like a bunch of veteran players have talked about getting screwed over in the final game of the season, being close to incentives and the coaching staff making sure they didn't get it. Same thing happened with, was it Sean Lee? Did Sean Lee have a similar situation happen? I forget. But I know it happened with a Dallas Cowboy player like a while back too. So, but that's the thing. Most players don't even want to talk about incentive-based contracts. No. You had a guy that was willing to take one. From what I heard from a very, very, very reliable source, because they were also the people that told me he was finna walk a sign somewhere else before it happened. I had to sit on that shit. But point being though, They said that he was more than happy to have signed the same exact deal that he signed last year to play with the Dallas Cowboys. He just wanted a little bit more, a slight bump to just show that you appreciated his all-pro caliber performance. That was it.
But you already know the Dallas Cowboys in the Game of Thrones, they want everybody to bend the knee to them. They don't want to play ball and negotiate with nobody else. Everybody must bend the knee to the Dallas Cowboys, and that's how we miss out a lot on a lot of players and a lot of opportunities to get better, man. It's sad because, look, we don't hold the same cachet as we used to here. I don't think so. I believe, Dallas is still America's team, the world's team. A lot of people want to play there, but I don't think it's to the degree where they'll sacrifice a whole lot no more. You know what I'm saying? They like, now if it's a $5 to $0 million gap in between, I might just side with Dallas. But if it's anything outside of that, they like, man, look, bro, I don't want to be there that bad. You know what I'm saying? I want to be there, but I don't know if I want to be there $10 million less to be there. Like, I don't believe I'm going to go through those lengths. So Dallas still sit back like everybody just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got that big demand like that. And I think that's a mistake, especially if you the one trying to build a championship team. You can't be Sadiddy. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the pretty girl in the corner, but you really want to be married and you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't giving nobody no play, though. You see what I'm saying? All these candidates come up to you and you just don't even give them a shot, but you want to be married. You can't do that. You got to actually be nice and actually play ball and try. And that ain't what the Cowboys doing. They saying everybody want to be with us, and I just choose the best candidate. Like, it's crazy. Now they let the best candidate go. So they don't even choose the best candidate. They just say no to everybody. It's
most
crazy.
of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
So man, let me have another conversation with you.
Let's do it.
It's about the narrative around Micah Parsons at this point. So let's touch on it. Let's talk about it, man.
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Sir, Rashawn Gary mama don't even believe that he's better than Micah Parsons. We ain't finna just sit here and do that. Congratulations on beating us in the postseason, but we ain't just finna lie on a Sunday in front of God and everybody else.
You said that man mama don't even believe that.
Hell no. But shout out to y'all though, man. I think y'all gonna have a good season this year, but that's neither here nor there. That comment, hell no.
I think that sophomore slump coming. I'm just playing. We'll see. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, at a different time. I think we should do a show one day, just talk about our thoughts on the other teams in the NFC. I don't know I want to go all the way to the AFC. That ain't none of my damn business. But the other teams, hey, appreciate you, Nicholas. I appreciate the love, my brother. He said, good work on the podcast. We appreciate you, man.
Salute.
But yeah, man, it might be cool to just look around the NFC and see what the other boys got going, because we do have to play a majority of them. We want to get to where we're going. And shout out to everybody out there, man. There's 301 folks across all platforms right now. So salute to y'all. Make sure everybody hit the like button on each page. If you're on LandLord page, hit the like button. If you're on my page, hit the like button, hit the share button, slap the shit out of the Eagles fan.
It's one in the chat too. He got a weird name, and he says "Go Turds." So that's crazy.
Indeed.
I ain't know it was a professional football team whose mascot was a turd. That's wild. That's crazy. That's wild, bro.
So man, what's your thought on Micah Parsons, man? Do you agree with the controversy around his leadership?
I mean, I told you I was pretty clear on my stance on Boss Show. Like, I feel like if you're going to be a leader, you need to first be there. I'm sorry. But at the same time, I don't think it's cut and dry to the point where if he's battling about his contract and he just so happened not to be there, I don't think that just means he's not a leader. He might just not be the best leader at this point in time. That's just how I'm looking at it. Because you're going to have your flaws. Even though you're a leader, that don't mean you're just going to be the perfect leader. Or you're not going to make mistakes, or you're not going to do stuff that you shouldn't do. But at the same time, I really feel like if you want to ask me in a perfect world, I think everybody can agree we would rather Micah be at work. I don't think that's crazy to say, right? Most people would wish that he was there, doing whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying? And it don't matter what the environment was around that. We wish he was there if he got his money, or if he didn't have his money. We just wish he was there to help the team and get better and do whatever he got to do. So that's just a perfect world. We would wish he was there at work. And that's the only way I feel like you can really just be a true leader. You got to lead by example. You got to be the person that's going the extra mile. A leader can't be the one that's doing what's required. That's everybody. That's a normal thing. Like, just imagine if Dak just only did his quarterback job. Like, he ain't lead nobody. He ain't do nothing extra. He didn't guide nobody outside the, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do no extra reps, no extra film study. He just did what was required, his normal job. That ain't a leader, bro. A leader goes above and beyond expectations. And he does it all the time, or as much as humanly possible in most situations. So, I mean, like I said, I ain't gonna just say cut and dry that he's not a leader. I just say what he's doing right now probably isn't the best example of him being a leader. I think this is probably a flaw in my opinion. I would prefer him to be there so he can lead the people that's following him. That's just my opinion.
Okay. So my counter argument to that, sure, he's not there at OTAs, right? But when you talk about the extra mile, y'all remember Micah Parsons got the entire defense together, and he got them into boxing training to help with their hands and their conditioning and all the other stuff in his free time. You know what I'm saying? On his dime, from what I can tell, right? So is that not also leadership, bringing in the defense, helping them train and prepare, right? Just because it didn't happen in an organized team atmosphere, it doesn't mean that he didn't put in the extra work. Right? Taking Sam Williams under his wing when they were working out the first part of the offseason together. Was that not going the extra mile? He ain't got to look at this man. Listen, I don't talk to my coworkers outside of work. We don't do shit. I go collect the check, I come home. Not saying they bad people or anything, but I don't really interact with them like that. Yeah. Most people don't. But I'm just saying, like, the extra stuff we see him doing, he be with Sam Williams working out. He be with Osa Odighizuwa working out. He be with these guys working out. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't there at OTAs, but he has gone the extra mile in terms of leadership for just visibly. And then there's the stuff that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? We just talk about the optics. I know it's never good. Like what you said, it's not wrong. In a perfect world, I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama would have preferred Michael Parsons to have been there. But the Dallas Cowboys is not a perfect organization. Like we ain't gonna just sit.
I give you that. Yeah.
We ain't finna play like if they stop playing if they stop playing with folks like everybody was sweet. We wouldn't be sitting here talking like this. I just
told you the Cowboys want everybody to bend the knee to them. You know what I'm saying? They want them to kiss the ring, and everybody just ain't going for that, man.
Also, I want to talk about, and this one thing we can't sort of skirt around. Because Michael Parsons wasn't a leader when he first got there, though. He was a young, impressionable guy. What did Michael Parsons see when he got to Dallas? He seen everybody holding out. Yeah. Zach Martin, the Hall of Famer, was holding out when he got here. You know what I'm saying?
Look, that's a double-edged sword right there because think about it. Of course, we know what's necessary to get paid in Dallas. I can't really escape that. It sucks, but it's the truth. But at the same time, if you're a leader, what example are you setting for the people who following you? What are they gonna do? Right? Mm-hmm. What are they gonna do? They're gonna do the same damn thing. They see Micah holding out, Marshawn kneeling over there like, that's probably what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? They probably already preparing themselves because they know they see the toxic culture in Dallas. And like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the player or the it's the organization fault, but it's not the player fault. But at the same time, we don't want it to occur anyway. We don't care. We just don't want that to happen. We the ones taking the L. Because the player gonna do it, and he gonna get his money. The organization gonna get their money from the drama and all of that. We sitting up here like, bro, I thought the main objective was for y'all to be getting better on the field. Bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you this straight up. OTAs don't matter to some people, and probably to some loser NFL players, but everything matters. The whole process matters. Everything matters, bro. And look, we don't have the luxury. We ain't won Nothing. Diddly squat. So we ain't in a position to be talking about what don't matter when it retains to getting better on this football field. This team need to be taking everything serious. You need to take the reps serious, everything. All of it matters when you ain't won, bro. All of this matters.
Let me get B-Bird super chat real quick. He hit you with a 4.99. He said teams that don't make contracts an issue allow for leaders to step up. If CD and Parson have been taken care of, they be there. And that's the, but we hey, listen though, LandLord. That is sort of an issue though. You know what I'm saying? Cause
it is an issue.
Cause listen, I work a job. Like first and foremost, let's be real. They work a union job. Like the Player Association is a union, right? They work a union job. First and foremost line of business for the players, they agents and everybody else is the bag. If you playing with the bag, I can't really talk to you about anything else. Cause listen, I know that we as the fans want to win a Super Bowl. There's gonna be 31 teams ain't gonna win a Super Bowl, and I ain't gonna have no damn money. We probably gonna be in that number of the 31. So I understand the mindset and the standpoint on there.
And look,
trying to get to it.
It's always a duality in those type of takes though, because just like you said, it's gonna be 31 teams that don't get the Super Bowl, and you gonna get your money, but it's gonna be, look, they gonna have their money and we don't get nothing either. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's gonna work on the other side too. We looking like we paid Micah all of this money, we paid CD Lamb all of this money, and then at the same time we get nothing in return. Do you see what I'm saying? We ain't
paid. We ain't paid them yet to complain about getting paid. They fighting.
I know, but think about this. The only thing we do as a fan base, guess what we do? We only contribute. We blame the quarterback for that. We say, oh, Dak got his money, so why he ain't won? It's his fault. What about if we pay CD Lamb all this money and we don't get a ring? He just gonna get away scot-free? We ain't gonna expect him to bring it home too? Like, come on, bro.
Listen, folks don't give a damn about any other position.
I know, but is that not a flawed logic though? That's all I'm saying.
It is a flawed logic.
Okay.
You know, nobody is going to deny that. Listen, I done sat here about 45,000 times and told y'all that wins is not a goddamn quarterback stat. Like, we just listen. All the playoff games that we done lost to sorry ass quarterbacks that ain't did nothing in the game. Y'all have firsthand experience that is true. What did Jimmy Garoppolo do in the playoffs against us? Man didn't even throw a touchdown, and they beat the brakes off us.
Bro,
so
we know wins shouldn't be attached to quarterbacks, bro. That is the silliest stuff ever. It really just shouldn't be. But this is the way casual fans interpret the game. Like I told you, it's even worse for the Cowboys because it is a direct correlation between Dak playing well and then somebody, when he play bad, we lose. And it seems like he's the only problem, but in actuality, his team ain't good enough to carry him if he don't play well. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's not the fact that Dak is the reason we win or lose. It's really the fact that our team can't do nothing without him. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what it sounds like to me.
Hold on. Eric Green sent a $5 super chat over on your end. He said Dallas Cowboys 14-3. Better offensive line and defensive line. We need another nose tackle. Let's go Cowboys.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think nobody is sitting here believing the Dallas Cowboys are going to. I mean, there are some people that think the Dallas Cowboys won't have a good regular season, but the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys got too much to not win games. It's just the fact that we want them to be able to produce in the postseason. You know, when you go up and what LandLord calls boss fights, and you go play the cream of the crop, the better teams in the National Football League, you need a complete team. You can't have a one-dimensional offense and expect to win. You can't have a one-dimensional defense and expect to win. You have to be able to do a little bit of everything. You have to stop the run at a higher clip. You have to be able to stop the pass at a higher clip, pass the football, run the football, like all those other things. You have to be able to consistently, operate in all phases of the game. And the Dallas Cowboys most years have glaring issues.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Just like you said, you can't be one-dimensional in the playoffs. Because just like you said, we're a great passing team. We're a great pass defense team. But at the same time, when it comes to teams being able to do both, Now they saying, okay, we don't want to throw the ball against Bland and Trayvon Diggs. You know what we gonna do? We gonna run at Micah Parsons in this defensive line. That's what we gonna do. We gonna run against them. If we can't hold up in that area, more than likely we're gonna take an L out the wild. You see what I'm saying? And that's in the worst time. Just like you said, on offense, we're a great passing team. But if a team say, hey, we taking CeeDee Lamb out today, sir, he won't beat you. He won't beat us today. It won't be CeeDee Lamb. And everybody thinking that one wide receiver is enough. If they double CD or bracket CD, I don't trust these other receivers to win a game for me. That's just my opinion. I can't say what y'all feel, but me, LandLord from Alabama, I do not say that I trust Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, and the rest of these guys to win me a game if they double CeeDee Lamb. I just don't trust that. But like you said, hopefully this year we wouldn't be dependent upon those other receivers doing it alone. We could actually have a run game to supplement some of that pain that we'll suffer if they take CD out. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have a luxury of a run game back last year. In my opinion, I was very disappointed, I'll say, with the run game, because I felt like we was never able to count on it like that. Like, it was a few games where we had decent run games, but we never was able to count on a run game like that.
I agree with you. Just to answer this comment, he said we should tank the season so y'all can get a top quarterback and sell Dak to free up cap space, go find some quality defensive linemen and pay all that money to. So let me just go through a couple things with you, my brother, because you probably don't know this. If Dak Prescott walks next year, it's a $40 million dead cap hit, right? Because we done restructured this man so many times. We owe him $40 million regardless of what happens next year. If he's not on this team and he's playing for the Las Vegas Raiders or something, that's $40 million in dead money, right? You also cannot trade Dak Prescott. He has a no-trade clause. Also, in order to get a top quarterback, you have to be very bad. The Dallas Cowboys, and listen, some of y'all think Trey Lance is good. We won 5 games with Cooper Rush one year, right, as the starting quarterback. We found ways to win games. The number 1 overall pick was earned. The number 1 overall pick last year was earned by a team that only had 1 win. So no matter how bad the Dallas Cowboys are, I think Micah Parsons in the defense will win you 2 games by their damn selves. So you probably won't be bad enough to tank and get the number 1 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? We're only fucked if we think that Dak Prescott isn't a good quarterback.
And I know he's good enough for us to win with. Just like I said, most people say Dak can't win with this team. Why the team can't win with Dak? Why the organization can't put a team around him to win? Think about this. If Dak Prescott is not perfect in every aspect, I'm sure it's things that we can emphasize on him to make him better. But at the same time, your front office and your coaching staff should know that. They should be able to put things in place to maximize his ability. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't maximize his ability?
Let me see.
You know Dak Prescott need a run game. Get him a run game.
Oh, that dog. Since we're talking about Dak, this is what CJ Stroud had to say about Dak Prescott recently. I'm actually finna stop the music so y'all can hear it. I don't want a bunch of background noise. So let me just play this real quick. This is from when he did a podcast with Gilly and them.
Mahomes, Lamar, myself, Dak.
Joey B.
No, he didn't really play last year. And then Hurts.
Dak?
Yeah, bro.
Dak,
that boy. Y'all not gonna say that because he ain't won the big one yet.
You said Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, Matthew, but he was top 5.
Cowboys thing.
Bro, you gonna put Dak Prescott in there over Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I got.
I'm saying off of last year, dog. He ain't play all year. He got hurt.
Well, we can
Burrow,
find somebody.
Burrow, one of my favorite players. I'm out of my game after Burrow a little bit. Like, Burrow got fucked with that.
Cowboys. Oh, even the
Dak is
Cowboys,
that
they
dude,
don't
bro.
like each other like that? I ain't know all that.
What?
I ain't see. I don't be knowing all that.
Dak tough, bro. Dak is one of the most accurate quarterbacks.
Y'all gotta see them.
So there that board was.
I know what I'm doing, dog.
So there was CJ Stroud on Dak Prescott.
Hey, I sent that to Tad Prescott. I said, man, he was right on Dak, but he kind of discredited himself when he put Hurts in the shit.
Now listen, he also put himself in the top 5.
Yeah, so
you
that's
heard
kind
that too. So
yeah. So I mean, we appreciate the love he showed to Dak, but I don't know about that. Putting Hurts in there is kind of
he now when he went back and posted it on his IG, he took Hurts out and put Josh Allen in.
Okay, that makes sense then. Well, Josh, I think he better than Hurts though. Not
better
by a
than
lot
Hurts.
though. Not by a lot though.
I would say he better than Hurts.
I will too. I will.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but when he went back and posted on his IG page, he took that boy Hurts out and put and he put Josh Allen. But this is the thing though, man. Dak Prescott statistically is good enough to get the job done. We've seen Jimmy Garoppolo get to a playoff game, and he didn't do shit during the course of the entire postseason. I keep saying this about our boy Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is he's one of the GOATs. But when he won his first Super Bowl, he threw 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions in the postseason. Y'all don't remember because he won Super Bowl MVP. First game in the postseason, that man threw 3 picks, but they still rallied around and won, right? So this is the thing. The Dallas Cowboys cannot win a playoff game when Dak Prescott plays bad. If Dak Prescott has 2 picks, it's over with. We got other quarterbacks, 0 touchdowns and interception. They win in playoff games. That was what Joe Burrow did against the Titans to move on to the AFC Championship. That's exactly what Jimmy Garoppolo did to us. 0 touchdowns and a pick. When we played the 49ers the first time around. Why does every other playoff team have a counterpunch? Why do every other playoff team got a Joe Mixon they can hand the ball to, or a Christian McCaffrey they can hand the ball to,
or just an all-around good enough team to carry their quarterback if he ain't playing? You know what I'm saying? If he ain't playing up to par, like it might just be that one game. We don't know because our defense don't award that opportunity. It could be one game in the playoffs. Okay, the first game, Dak struggled semi against the Packers. Okay, what if the defense would have been able to carry him to the next game and Dak got on a tear? You don't know what it is. Like some games, just like in the regular season, it be some games you just ain't got it like you should. And you live to fight another day and see that was just a hiccup. In the playoffs, we don't get awarded no second chance. So we need a team that's around him. If Dak ain't doing exactly like scorching the earth, we need a team that'll be able to carry him through a game or so, bro. It's just like that. That's just how it is. Everybody else do it. Go look at all these other quarterback stats that made playoff runs last year. Like, Lamar wasn't scorching the earth. Patrick Mahomes wasn't scorching the earth. None of them boys were scorching the earth like that. They had defenses that kept them alive and kept them in the game and continuously gave them opportunities. That's what they had. They scored 1 touchdown in a whole half of football, man. Patrick Mahomes didn't score for a whole half of football. And I made that tweet immediately. I said, boy, if that was Dak Prescott, we'll be down 28. No lie, it'll be 28-0 going into half. And who fought that sound like it is? That sound like that's a defensive problem right there.
Listen, they're gonna say Dak though. And listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say there are games where Dak Prescott couldn't have played better, right? That's not the argument. The argument is when Dak Prescott plays bad, that should not be reason enough for you to lose the damn game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't lose every game just because he played bad. That's my point.
Because listen, we're seeing all these other quarterbacks make playoff runs and get to Super Bowls doing less, right? Doing way less. And to piggyback on the point that you said about, guy being up and down in the postseason, look at Dak in 2022. The man had a 5 touchdown game that he turned around and he didn't play well against the 49ers. But who to say if we didn't find a way to overcome the 49ers, who to says he wasn't gonna go crazy against the Philadelphia Eagles when we played them the following week, right? You don't know because he didn't get an opportunity. The moment he played bad, it was over, and that's a lot. And that is a lot of pressure on a guy. Like, I gotta play good every damn game.
It's like you said, brother. The Kansas City Chiefs won a Super Bowl, and they didn't win a game when their team gave up more than 25 points. Yep. That says a lot. Dak won plenty of those last year. The Seattle game, he put up more than 25 points and won. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a few other games he had to do that in. So, hold on, the Detroit game didn't go over 25.
No.
it was still a high scoring game. It was like some weird stuff going on, and that game felt like it was back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Even if it went that many points, that game felt like it was high pace and back and forth.
Man, it wouldn't have been that close. You know, there were back-to-back weeks we had fumbles at the damn end zone.
Yeah,
or fumbles at the goal line.
That's why the score don't tell you how much offense was going on. Yeah.
Because remember, Dak threw for 400 yards in that game.
That's what I'm telling you.
CD had a 200 yard. CD had 200 yards. Dak threw for 400. They were out there mud going crazy.
Yeah, they was balling. Just like the Eagles game. The Eagles game, I think the Eagles scored a decent amount of points and we still beat them. So, like, he don't have that luxury to say, okay, Dak is not playing well today. Bro, listen, time out. If you think a quarterback not playing well for a game or so means he's terrible, you crazy out of your mind. You was insane. Like, look, Dak had an all-pro year, bro, and he might have struggled in like 2 or 3 games the whole year. You see what I'm saying? That's the extraordinary type performance. Just imagine a normal or average performance. An average performance, they probably screw up in what, half of the games? You know what I'm saying? A normal guy like the average quarterback. Who would fit in that mold as the average quarterback in the NFL?
An average quarterback?
Just straight average. He 5. He's a 5 in a score of 10.
Gardner Minshew, maybe?
How many games you think Gardner Minshew mess up in 17?
About at least half.
You see what I'm saying? 9 of them things. Like, an all-pro season, that means Dak only messed up in like 2-3 games and he got an all-pro. He was the second best quarterback in the league.
Really was the first.
He really supposed to win MVP. But only 3 games he messed up in. Go look at it. He messed up in the San Francisco game. He messed up in the Buffalo game. And what other game he messed up in? That's 2 for sure.
Maybe the Cardinals game. You want to give
the Cardinals game. That's 3